of 9.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play. But put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
That's complete to Stephon Diggs. The tackle is going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
A gain of 15.
Here's 1st and 10.
That's good for our Patriots. First down.
Off the bootleg. Here's May. Trip pass cut by Henry for tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Dolphins' 38-yard line.
That's complete to Diggs. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And the Patriots, first down.
May to throw again. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 19-yard line.
Here's May again. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Get about 6 before he's taken down. 7th play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. Throw again is May, and that is incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target,
Incomplete.
and that'll set up 4th down.
Andres Borregales on for the field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
That one is good. And the Pats are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
The Miami offense will make their way onto the field. They're led out by a man who plays college ball on Rocky Top. Greg, it is the rookie quarterback out of Tennessee.
I give this guy a lot of credit, Mike. He was very upfront and honest, not only with us, but with his teammates. That last week, it was just not up to the standard that they expect around that building. And even though they were able to win and overcome some of those bad interceptions, if they want to continue to give themselves a chance week in and week out to win in the NFL, they're going to need more production out of that quarterback position.
Jalen Waddle. The intended target, and that will lead to a 2nd down.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends up being a wasted down.
That's going to be incomplete. Hubbard, very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
18, right here. 65, 65.
They'll look to throw. Sending it deep for Waddle. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Hold it ready. 79. Come on. Set. Cowboy 80. Go street. Hey, pass. Check smash.
They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. And he will have a Dolphins 1st down. Gonna have it by plenty. Huge gainer on 4th down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. Looking for Devon Achane coming out of the backfield.
It leads to
It's 2nd down.
Ready. Look at 19. Hey, smash Broncos.
Back to the air one more time. The second down throw is incomplete.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He's got the hook up there to Waddle. 15-yard pickup there. Good for a Dolphins first down.
Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
60, 19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll look to throw yet again. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. It's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. He'll drop to throw. Taken in by Achane. It'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Gain of 10 yards.
That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
He'll look to throw. On the run to the right. That is hauled in at the 5. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Dolphins. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Extra point by Patterson is good. The Dolphins move out to a 7-3 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. There you see Mike Vrabel, his Patriots set for their next drive. They have been one of the better teams in terms of throwing football this year, and the numbers bear that out, and they have come out of the gates hot in this one. From the 35, it's first and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. That's caught downfield by Diggs.
It's a gain of 20. That's good for a Patriots first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's a first carry for their running back, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Throwing on second down, May. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
Working out of the gun, it's May. Off-balance throw, it's complete.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
They hook up again. Second time on this drive. And this one's good for 18 yards and a first down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. And it'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain just 3. Second and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 11-yard line.
May to the air once more. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
A loss of 2
Third
yards.
down and
It's
9.
3rd and 9.
Out of the gun, here's May. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Touchdown, New England. His 4th TD grab of the season. Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. He's got it. And the Pats are on top. It's now 10-7.
Patriots 10. Dolphins 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he will score. Jalen Waddle, touchdown Dolphins. That is second touchdown of the game. This one number 7 of the year. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer. Because right now, they don't have one.
On comes Patterson for the PAT. He's got it. And the Dolphins are on top. It's 14-10.
Dolphins 14. Patriots 10.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 7. May gonna look to throw. And that's gonna be a first down. A pickup of 9. It's a gain of 10. And they'll get a first set of down.
Patriots, first down. It's a gain of 10. And a
1 quarter in the books. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. And we're back to South Florida after this. Time for the second quarter. Patriots with the football as they've got it with 1st and 10. Handoff here, up the middle. And a hard-earned yard as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
On 2nd down, it's May. He'll get this out to his running back. So he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
To throw is May. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. 11 yards on the pass there. First down, New England.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, New England.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
That one is complete. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots.
Touchdown, New England.
And that is touchdown number 1 in the National Football League career of a guy, Greg, taken high in the draft, hoping for moments like that.
When you get drafted in the first round, Mike, let alone as a wide receiver, the expectation in the NFL today is that you need to come in and be an immediate impact player. Plays like this continue to build that relationship with the quarterback, and I think this guy's got a real bright future.
Dolphins 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field. We're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Dolphins offense and receiver Jalen getting ready to go back to work. And it may defender out of maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried the first half, it hasn't worked. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's caught downfield by Waddle. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
26 yards. And the Dolphins, first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Ready.
Quick throw here is complete. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. He was able to get it by plenty, too. Gain of 8 on that 3rd and 3.
So often, Mike, you can tell a team's decision on 4th down by what they call on 3rd down. So I think after that 3rd down run, it was pretty clear that, hey, even if we don't get it here, we're comfortable going for it again on 4th down. Didn't turn out to be the case because he's able to get it there on 4th down.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. That's his 2nd catch on the drive. This one is good for 20 yards. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That one caught is Jim Ray DK. And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on 1st down. A pickup of 7.
Out of bounds down at the 6-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second
down and 3.
Ready.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Dolphins. 3 touchdowns for him. Numbers 6, 7, and 8 on the season. Extra point by Patterson is good. And the Dolphins move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own
Patriots
35-yard
offense
line.
and Drake May making their way back out. Greg, I love the evolution of the NFL. Every 3-4 years feels like things change a little bit. Right now it feels like we're in a running back, running game era. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely. And the league has such a funny way of continuing to reinvent itself. Years ago, 15, 20 years ago, Mike, this was a running back-led league. It was play action. Quarterbacks were under center. And then what offenses realized was the best way to score points is to generate explosive plays, get a bunch of yardage all at one time, because it's very hard to sustain possessions in the NFL. So as a result, they said, okay, what's the best way to generate big plays? It's to throw the ball downfield. So it became a very pass-heavy league. And then now defenses had to answer. The days of the big defensive tackles, the 260-pound Mike linebackers, everyone now on the field had to be able to defend space and defend the pass, and there was a lot more air on the field created by the defenses. So now, as a result, the offenses are saying, okay, we're throwing into all these bad looks, all these teams playing dime and multiple defensive backs. We're now going to take advantage of smaller bodies on the field, and we're going to run the ball at you. So the way I like to classify is, like, offenses aren't running the ball more because they want to. Offenses are running the ball more because defenses are encouraging them to do that and saying, I dare you to run the ball 40 times this game and generate enough big plays to score enough points to beat them.
Off the play fake, it's May. To the right side, that's St. Brown. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the first down on a gain of 7.
And the Patriots first down.
Now, May. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. It'll bring up second down.
Out of bounds at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go play action with May. To the right side here, pass is caught, and it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ballgame now, and this one's good for a first down.
First down, Patriots.
May to throw again. That is hauled in at the 5. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the first down. It'll be first and goal.
First and goal, New England.
Throw again is May. He pulls it in around the 5. Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
And that play took a little long to develop. They stop him for no gain at the 4.
The line of scrimmage.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
And in motion, it's Diggs. He'll try and throw. Here's May. And he'll be forced to throw that one away. Excellent work defensively. He took away all the options, and now it is 4th and goal.
Down this close, 3rd and goal. I think that's a really good decision. Give your coach the ability to make a decision on 4th down. Do you take the points, or do you keep your offense out there and go for 6?
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Patriots cut the deficit down to 1.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. Their lead is just a point. They begin it on this drive with 1st and 10.
Dragon 60. Deputy. Cougar 19. Set. Hurt. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Ready.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
He'll look to throw. Taken in by Achane. And that's a 1st down. And it will be a gain of 8. Now here's the timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll let this one go long for Williams. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this 1st half.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The 1st half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. The 1st month of the season has come and gone. Some early surprises, some early disappointments as well. Let's get into it. Our trip around the NFL.
Certainly a tightly contested 1st half, and you'd expect more of that here in the 2nd half. A 1-point game as quarter 3 begins. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
Go show, it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip like it's your birthday. And you know we don't.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Throw here down the field. Loose ball, incomplete. Try again. It's 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Cowboy 80. Panther Street. Panther Street.
They'll look to throw. That's caught on the right side by Waddle. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
It's easy to make your quarterback look good when you can just get open as easily as he has in this game so far. I mean, he had the big 1st half, remember. But here in the 2nd half, he just continues to add to these numbers here in the 3rd quarter.
70 Timberwolves. Go.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. He'll find his receiver. That's DK. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35.
18 more yards.
That's another 1st down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
70 Lions. Ready, ready.
They'll look to throw yet again. And he's going to complete this to Waddle, working across the field. Pretty good throw there by the 4th-round pick. It is a 1st down.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
Back to the air one more time. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looks like he might have gotten there early.
Automatic first down.
The defense still arguing about that pass interference call, but their focus needs to be a stop. They face first and goal. Achane will take this in for a Dolphins touchdown. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Patterson then to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Dolphins are going to open up the lead to 8.
Dolphins 28, Patriots 20.
Kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. There you see Mike Vrabel. His Patriots set for their next drive. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Start on the ground, and he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, it's a give to Swift. He'll manage only a punt. That's Marte Mapu getting in there and make the stop. Here's 3rd and 2.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 2.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. He's got a 1st down inside the 45. And he'll be forced out of bounds. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Working out of the gun. It's May. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 from the 33.
At the Dolphins' 33-yard line.
They'll turn and hand this one off. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Bishop on the
3rd and 5.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 5.
On the option, it's Swift. A gain there of 11. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
Gain of 11.
Typically in a 3rd down situation like this, Mike, you're thinking pass, but give credit to this offensive play caller. He flips his tendencies upside down, keeps the ball on the ground. Not only does he get a fresh set of downs, they pick up good yardage.
He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Top Robinson, the man to bring him down.
2nd and 7 at the 21-yard line.
They'll bring St. Brown in motion. He'll get this out to the left flat. And a good job rallying to the football. Holden's just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's
operating from the shotgun. It's May. And that is incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Pats are back within 5.
Yeah, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The return starts from the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
On the set.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Rolling right. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches.
Let's go now. Bronco 80.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him. Harold Landry. He gets there for the sack, setting up 4th down.
The defensive coaches, they preach all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
That's taken in. This is going to backfire in a big way. Going for it on their own side of midfield, but they turn it over on downs. Here's May to throw it on 1st down. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 26-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Swift. And that'll give him the 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
A gain of 3 yards.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And they'll have 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
That's another Patriots 1st down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's May. Quick throw, taken in. And after the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
These are the worst. I had a couple of years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard. Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
They were stopped on 2nd down, now 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll go with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
How about this for a goal line stand, Mike? Your back's against the wall, back-to-back plays, you hold tight. They set themselves up here to defend a 4th and goal try.
They'll try to run. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, New England. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His 1st NFL touchdown. So now May and the Patriots going to line up and go for 2.
The Patriots will line up for a 2-point
The
conversion.
throw is May. That's in the end zone and intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal.
Dolphins 28.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting ready to go back to work. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. Throughout another catch for his favorite target. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
And the Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Back to throw. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this third quarter.
Brings up second
and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. What turns out to be the final play of this third quarter. So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the third. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. On third down, they'll set up to throw. Down the field, but it's falls incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Williams there. And it's going to lead to fourth down.
Let's go. 18, right here. 18, Cougar 19. Hey, Smash. Mustang 19. Let's go.
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on fourth and long. That was a big ask, and the defense turns them away. Throwing on first and 10 is May. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. From the 43, here's second and 8. Here's May. Here's a short one. He's got Strange. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's third down.
On third and 2, it's May. He'll find his tight end. That's Henry. He's going to have enough for a first down. He's out of bounds after a gain of 5.
The Patriots first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
It's the tight end Henry in motion. May to throw again. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Gain of 12 yards. That's another Patriots.
They'll bring St. Brown in motion. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots. His second touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, that's the way to handle it. Up one, go down the field, get the touchdown, and extend the lead to 7.
Mike, the key for this offense is they were at their best when their best was needed. Being able to extend this lead late in the fourth quarter, they've got to be feeling pretty good about where things stand to close this game out.
The extra point is good. And the Patriots are going to open up the lead to 8. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Dolphins offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting ready to go back to work. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's out of bounds He's up beyond the 45-yard line.
That's good.
His fifth catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
First and 10.
And this is a tricky part in the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
First and 10 at the
On first and 10, they'll set up to throw. This is caught at 2, and he'll take it on in. Touchdown Miami. His fourth TD grab of the season. Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game, but that's a two-part story? Part one taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a one-score game. They need this two-point conversion here to tie it up. I don't love the call. I mean, all week you practice these gotta-have-it plays. Every call sheet, Mike, has 3 or 4 plays that are down here in the goal line that could also be used as two-point plays. I think to simply turn around and just hand the ball to your running back, gotta be a little bit more creative. That's a big missed opportunity.
Patriots offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a first and 10. To throw now, May. There's that man again, another catch. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Second and 2 at the 35-yard line.
Here's a run, going left. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
This crowd
It's a loss of
into
1.
it now
Brings up
as we get to third down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Corey Bojorquez to kick it away, as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. Oh, looked like he may have had a seam for a moment. He's taken down after a solid return. The Dolphins offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. 10 catches now in the game. They've gone his way early and often. That one for a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
18, let's go now. Pat the 60, pat the 60. Ready,
Bill looks to throw. He'll find his receiver. That's DK. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Call it a gain of 13. First down, Miami.
Dolphins, first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard
He'll
line.
look to throw. Forced out wide. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's got another one. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Dolphins. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. On comes Patterson for the PAT. His kick is good. And the Dolphins will up the lead to 5.
Makes the score Dolphins 41, Patriots 36.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown. The Patriots offense ready for this next possession. start out. First down and 10. Working out of the gun. It's May. It is caught left side by St. Brown.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's third down.
It's the tight end Henry in motion. Third and short. And here is May. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On play action, here's May. They're locating his big target, Henry, over the middle. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. All 3 timeouts, plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for first and 10.
First down, Patriots.
Throw again is May. Diggs on the reception. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That's another Patriots first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
May to the air once more. That is caught at the 3. And he's in. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, New England. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page.
Oh, and there's pressure there. He's taking a throwaway, and he's taken down.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting ready to go back to work. Here's first and 10. They'll drop to throw. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete. Here's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Craft all 80. Ready.
Back to throw. That one thrown behind his target. And it'll be incomplete. Time now becoming a factor as we get to third down.
19, Tiger, 19.
He'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. Here gets what could be their final play. It's fourth down. Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll take it just over 90 seconds left on the clock.
Brings up second and 8 at the 24-yard line.
Second down, 8 yards to go. He is inside the 15. Down at the 12. It's first and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He's got it at the 3. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Patriots. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And not just any touchdown, but, Greg, that is the first touchdown reception of his NFL career.
And Mike, doesn't it just seem like over the last couple of years, these class of rookie receivers, they make such an immediate impact, and maybe at some other positions there's some growing pains and maybe a little bit of slower development. But there's something about this wide receiver position. They're young, they're talented, and they've made their presence felt.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting ready to go back to work. They'll come up for first and 10.
Viking, 18. 18, Rattler. 18, Rattler. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's second down.
It's now second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ready? 60, Cowboy 80. Set, hurt. Dragon 60. Go.
Throwing now from the gun. Sending it deep for Waddle. And that is incomplete. Here's a big one. This third down.
Minkah Fitzpatrick on the coverage.
That's taken in by Achane. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's first and 10.
First down.
Back to the air one more time. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
And he's going to be out of bounds down at the 30. Set to go now on first and 10.
That's good for the Dolphins.
They'll look to throw yet again. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's first and 10. A throw on the move is caught. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout.
At the 4-yard line.
Come on. Black Panther 11. 70 Lions. Mustang 19.
They'll look to throw again. And this will be a touchdown. They are within a 2-point conversion of coming back to tie this game. The last touchdown, that was only half the battle. Now they've got to get the 2-point conversion to tie this game up.
Are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
70 Ranger.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And this is caught. He's able to hang on. They get the 2 points, and we are tied in the final minute of play.
You can just tell the teams that practice these end-of-game situations. After the offense scored, there was no big hoopla. They weren't throwing themselves a parade. They immediately knew they had to go for 2. Get back in the huddle, get their best play call executed, and we got a tie ball game.
So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive. It starts with first down. Out of the gun, here's May. He'll throw it left and has his running back. Now the Patriots are going to use their first timeout, and they stop it with 22 ticks left on the clock here in the fourth.
And 2 at the 43-yard line.
On second down, it's May. To the left side, he's got Henry. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
That's good for a Patriots first down.
Throwing on first and 10 is May. On the move past the 40. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
That's another Patriots.
The Pats can stop it here. They'll use their third and final timeout. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
38-yard attempt.
So a big spot looming here for Andres Moregales. This to win the game. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
Moregales on for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
This kick is
good.
And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So it's a road win here for the Patriots. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. And the kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory.